Hello, this is going to be a reading for you and the person that you're thinking of at this time. A little love read. Let's see what we got. Let's start with you. How are you feeling about this person? How do you feel about this person in your mind? So you're liking what you see. You think that there's a good opportunity between the two of you. You like this person, and you think that if you two got together, there'd be much abundance and love. Lots of love just pouring on in. 3 of Cups. How do you feel about the person? Let's see how this person initially feels about you. How is this person feeling about you? How is this person feeling about you? You obviously think that there's an opportunity here, or there could be at least a possibility between the two of you. How does your person feel about you? How's your person feeling about you? A little unsure, I guess. How's your person feeling about you? Lots of cards are falling, but nothing is falling out, so I'm not taking them yet. How does this person feel about you? Shaky, I guess. Shaky, unknowing, not knowing what to do. What does this person feel about you? Here we go. All right. The 4 of Wands and the 3 of Cups start with you guys. Not a bad start. Not a bad start. So he wants to share his wants with you. He thinks that you're also a good catch. He thinks that there could be some good feelings between the two of you. He thinks that you're a good match. You would match his intellect, his sexuality, his personality. He thinks that if you two got together, it's kind of like an equal relationship, and you kind of feel the same way. However, you might have someone else on your mind as well. He's not the only person on your mind with the 3 of Cups, maybe? Maybe you're trying to figure out who is the right suitor for you at this time, or maybe there's a third entity involved. Somehow you're thinking of this person in a good form, and there's lots of water flowing here, and cups to share, but there's another entity here. Maybe it's a third entity that you guys create together, a baby. It could also be you thinking of someone else too, maybe in the back of your mind. Not a bad start for the two of you. Definitely not a bad start for the two of you. You both think good thoughts about each other. You both think that you're both a good match or a good opportunity for a date, I'd say. He thinks of you the same way. He thinks that you're a good match, you're a good opportunity to date, and he thinks that you would give him, an equal amount back. So let's continue here. How do you feel about the person? This person, 3 of Cups. How are you feeling about this person? How are you feeling about this person? So you might have gone through some things lately, or just in the past, and you know your worth. You know what you are willing to give. You know what you're willing to sacrifice when you're in a relationship. You know how much love you pour into someone. you're basically like a waterfall on your own. You know, a Scorpio in love, they just pour and pour and pour and pour and pour, right? Pour water, so much water. You have so much water out of your cup to give to someone when you're in love. But you have standards. You're very picky with who you choose, with your mates. You kind of walk around with a feeling of, you know, regality, if that's a word, on your own. Like, you are the queen of your own existence, and you know that because you've gone through a lot, and you've suffered through a lot, and you've learned so much through your past experiences in love, that now when you're, you know, in your current state of dating or with somebody, you have standards. You have standards to withhold to anyone, including a lover, especially a lover. So even though you're looking at him like, hey, I can make a baby with you, I could definitely start something new with you. However, are you willing to level up with me? Are you willing to be serious with me? Are you willing to give me back the respect and dignity and loyalty that I deserve? That's kind of how you're feeling about him. You're wondering if he's willing to kind of treat you in the way that you want to be treated in a relationship. How does he feel about you? With these Four of Wands, he thinks that you guys are a good match. However, another 3 here. Interesting. He's not sure. There might be a third party involved with him as well. If you're both single, he's also dating somebody. Excuse my cat. He's also dating somebody. And he feels a little bit of hesitation because he knows if he comes towards the Empress, he has to come correct. He has to come with 100% love, 100% truth. No messing around. This is you're talking to royalty here, right? So he knows that, and you know, even though he thinks of you in this way, where if it did work between you two, it would work out great. You guys could match up great together. There's something holding him back at this time. He's not clear on what to do. He doesn't know. He's having a lot of doubts on what to do. He's probably seeing somebody else at this time, or maybe he's not ready to level up himself in order to be with a queen. You know, sometimes a man might like you, but he's not willing to put in the effort. He might be lazy, he might like to play the field, he just might be scared, he doesn't know what he's doing. Whatever the excuse is, it doesn't matter. What matters is how he treats you ultimately. And right now, even though he sees you in this beautiful light, and he thinks that there would be some sort of completion if you guys worked out together, he's unsure, he's doubtful, he's feeling a little bit nervous, sad. You know, there's sorrow on this card because nothing is clear. He's kind of like hit a brick wall, and he doesn't know if he wants to kind of like break through the cracks of your heart in order to get to you. You know, you're pretty chained up. Your heart is chained up in a sense where, like, you're a queen, you're in your castle, and if there's a suitor that comes along that wants to mess with the Empress, you know, he's got to come correct. He's got to bring all of his tricks, or not tricks, but like, you know, skills. You know, he has to level up, and he has to really, really be clear on what he wants, and he has to know that he knows that himself. He knows that if I come to you, I have to be 100% in this, because she's gonna recognize if I'm not. And that's kind of what that is right now. He doesn't know what to do. He probably is dating other people, or at least one other person, or there's someone else on his mind. Maybe he's still heartbroken about the past, about a past relationship. Whether he's involved or not, there is someone else in the picture here. There's someone else on his mind. Maybe there's someone else holding him back, or he's just not ready. You know, maybe he's just not ready. So let's elaborate on you a little bit more. How are you feeling about this person? So, the Princess of Cups. You're just kind of like a little girl, I want to say, like a little schoolgirl. With these cards, you know, I'm feeling like you have a huge crush on him. He kind of sets you off, you know, he kind of puts you in the clouds, per se. And you want to kind of like dive in, you know, like you're ready, you know, it seems like you're ready for love. You might be ready for a family with this card. You think that he is a good suitor, at least. You know, you don't know for sure until you actually are with someone. But, you know, you have standards, and you have also a keen sense of red flags at this point in your life. If you see a red flag, maybe when you were younger, you wouldn't know what the feeling is like. Sometimes you have to learn intuition, and it takes a while to know what it feels like when your body is giving you intuitive thoughts. You know, sometimes you might just think that you're nervous because you're around someone cute, you know, because your stomach is in knots. However, that's not a good sign. Sometimes you're nervous because, you know, you like someone, and that's good jittery feelings. But when your stomach is in knots, or whatever your body does to tell you that something isn't right, you know, you have to listen to it, right? So that's kind of how you are in the Empress form. Like, you know, you're keenly aware of how you feel. You're wide open to meeting someone new. You think that he's actually at least a good suitor, and you're looking for love. You're looking for possibly family, or to start a family, or just start some sort of love entity. Like when two people come together, it becomes a whole new entity in itself. So you're willing to jump in. You're kind of waiting for love at this point. You want love, and you're ready for it. Your head's in the clouds. You're ready to dive face first into love, from the clouds into reality. Here you go, the Princess of Cups. You have a lot of self-confidence because the Empress is the Empress after all, and that translates into the Princess of Cups, Princess of Love. You know, like, even though you have high standards, and you know what you want, Three of Cups, you're also ready to become, you know, the Princess of Cups. You're ready to become, you know, loving, soft. You're ready to dive into someone again. Maybe it's been a while since you've been in a relationship, or at least in a good relationship. So I'm seeing that you want to dive. You take the chance with him at this point. That's what I'm seeing. You're not blind to reality. You're not naive to red flags or things that might happen if you go on a date with him, or if you start seeing this person. But just because you're not stupid, and you've leveled up in your knowledge of love and how you feel and your intuition and what it tells you, you're ready to go for it. You would go out and date with him. You're open, and it's kind of like putting out, like, you know, I kind of see like a store owner putting out the open sign, like flipping the sign from closed to open. That's kind of how I feel with you. You know, like you're kind of like, yeah, you know, store's open now. I'm ready for love. Who's ready for me? And you're looking at him, and you're thinking, yeah, you're a good fit. Let's try you out. Let's see what the person thinks. He thinks you're a good match. He's also very nervous and doubtful that he should come forward to you at this time for whatever reason. He's a little bit hesitant, I'd say. So how do we feel? How does he feel about you? Yeah. The Ace of Pentacles, interesting. Okay. So even though he thinks that you guys could be a good match and you could complete what he wants in a relationship, he's a little doubtful on whether or not he should come forward to you at this time. He doesn't know what to do. He doesn't want to disrespect you. You know, as the Empress, he knows that if he comes towards the Empress, he's going to have to come correct, and that's why he's not coming forward at this time. He's a little doubtful. He's a little sorrowful because of that reason. Like, he's like, oh yeah, I like her. I'm very attracted to her. However, I'm still dating this other person, or I just started dating this other person, or I'm still heartbroken over my ex-girlfriend, or something along those lines, right? He's just not ready, basically. I don't think that he's actually ready to come forward to you at this time. But he thinks that there could be a good opportunity. Maybe you met him when you started a new job. You know, the Ace of Pentacles. Pentacles usually means money to me. And the Ace is the beginning of money. So maybe there was some sort of thing where you started a new job and you met this person. You started something new. You were somewhere new where you haven't been, and you met this person maybe, or you realize that this person is very date worthy, I'd say, while you were working. Something that involves money somehow is tying you guys together, and he thinks of you as like maybe a good beginning to success. So it's weird. He's going back and forth with me. Basically, I'm feeling like, yeah, I think that she's great. She fits all of the checkboxes that I want. She would actually complete me. We'd be in this beautiful love bubble together. However, I don't know if I want to come forward to her at this time. I'm feeling a little bit sad because of it, because I want to jump on the opportunity while it's there. But I don't think I should. He's feeling a little bit nervous and not knowing what to do with the Three of Swords. But ultimately, he thinks of you as a good opportunity, a good start to something new. And there could be some sort of, maybe you guys share some sort of financial success together too. But it's beginning, and he thinks of you as like a good beginning if he does decide to come towards you. And that's if. That's if. He's a little unsure on what to do because he doesn't want to be disrespectful. He doesn't want to come off as shady or a player. You know, he doesn't want you to think that he's a player if he's, you know, talking to other females. So that's why he's not coming forward. But he thinks that you could be a good start. You know, you could be a good a new opportunity. Maybe he thinks of you as an opportunity. I don't know. Let's keep going a little bit more. How are you feeling about this person? How do you ultimately feel about this person right now? How are you feeling about this person? What should you do? Oh, the cards. Too many cards popped out. This is a very messy read for some reason. I can't keep the cards in my hands. It's kind of like hard to organize. So I don't know. Maybe that's like the ultimate feeling here. It's kind of hard to organize with you guys. You know, lots keep popping out, but it's just too many are popping out at once. It just seems very scattered. There's a lot of scattered energy right now between the two of you. A lot of back and forth, wishy-washy kind of feeling. Yeah. The Eight of Swords. Whew, boy oh boy. Yeah, there's definitely another person involved here. There's definitely another female involved, interfering with his thoughts, his longings, his attention. And you know that. You know that. So even though, let's recap here. Even though you think that, you know, you definitely know you want a family, you want to start something new with someone, you have a lot of order and a lot of love to give, you have high standards, you've been around the block, you've learned your lessons on love, you know what your red flags are, you know how to spot them, you know how to act upon them, and you don't take anything less than what an empress would. You're willing to jump in and give him a chance with the Princess of Cups, and you know, like, why not? You know, you're ready and you're willing, and you have all your all your ducks lined up in a row. You're ready to like jump kind of head in and be like, yeah, why not? I'll give it a try. Kind of free floating. You don't really know what's gonna happen. You're just like, yeah, whatever. I'd give it a try, but you know ultimately with your intuition that there's someone else involved here. And you don't want to be competing with someone you don't even know. You know, like, it happens naturally when you're dating. You have to realize that other people, you know, if you're single and dating, you have to realize that the man that you're talking to is most likely talking to someone else, right? I mean, there's exceptions to every rule and every situation, but if you're single and you've been around single people for a while, single men are gonna shoot their shot with anyone most of the time, depending on the guy. But, you know, they kind of just shoot their shot with a lot of girls and just see what female kind of shoots back, should I say, you know, like with some energy, like, hey, I like you, you, and you. And they'll say good morning to like 5 people through text, and, you know, whoever texts them back the best is kind of like holding their attention. It's kind of like the singles game, and it's stupid. But it's reality, and it's okay still. It doesn't mean that he's disrespecting you. It just means that he's a single guy. I'm not getting a sense of malicious behavior. I'm not getting a sense of being a player. I'm just getting a sense of he's single, and he's being single, and he's doing what what men do, and they go hunting. They hunt, and you have a feeling that this person is talking to someone else. Does it matter to you? Probably not. With the Princess of Cups, you're like, yeah, I'm ready to, just fucking, excuse my language, I'm ready to just fall into love, and I'm willing to give you a chance. But I know that you're probably talking to someone else. And that kind of gives you a little bit of a weary feeling, I want to say. It gives you a little bit of a, I don't know if this is going to be the right move kind of feel. Or it's just kind of like, all right, well, I know that he's single and he's a good catch, so there has to be other females involved. There's no other way. You're the Empress, and you know that. You're wise, and you're not jealous over the fact, because you want love and you're willing to give love. You have a lot of love to give. You have good standards. You're smart, and you're ready and willing with the Princess of Cups to go the next, at least go on a date, but in the back of your head, you know that it's not that serious. It's not like this love. Who knows if it turns into love? You never know with people. Everyone acts different when they're, everyone acts different in life. But what I'm getting is that it might just be like a slow burn, or just a really nice start to it. Your single life, or just a good date, but that's it, kind of feeling. He's a great catch. He's really cute. He's a gentleman. However, he's probably a gentleman to more than one person. Okay. Let's see how he's feeling about you. Wishy-washy, to say the least. Let's see how he's feeling about you. Is he gonna go for it? He's gonna hold back. Okay. The Prince of Swords. Yeah, he's elusive. He's not gonna say anything right now. So let's, even though he thinks of you as a really good catch, and he thinks that you could complete him in a really good way, you know, you guys, if you did come together, he thinks that you guys would be great together. He thinks that there'd be a really great scenario between the two of you. He's a little nervous about coming towards you at this time because he knows that he's probably dating other people, and he knows that it might stir you the wrong way. It might give you some bad feelings about him. You know, he doesn't want to be seen in such a dark light, even if it is just sincere behavior. You know, he's not doing bad things to females. He's just dating, you know, but he doesn't know if he wants to come forward because he thinks of you as the type of girl where it's like, okay, well, if I date her, I'm going in on it, and she's expecting, as the Empress, she's expecting me to just, you know, level up and be a man just for her. The loyalty already has to be there with this type of woman. This woman commands respect and loyalty and love, and that's what she wants. And, you know, she doesn't want this flighty behavior. She doesn't want to be in competition. She doesn't want other females to interfere with her cups, right? She doesn't want more cups involved. She has enough cups and enough water to give. So he thinks of you as, you know, great. Definitely thinks of you in a good light. Unsure what to do in his personal attempt to come towards you. He thinks that there could be a good start with you and maybe a possible success with money somehow. Maybe you guys could work together, or you met him through work, or he met you through work, or through the start of something new. You both started something new together. But with the Prince of Swords at the last one, I'm getting the sense that he's gonna hold tight. He's thinking. He's thinking. And because of he's interesting, there's swords. Because of his 3 of Swords, he's gonna just stay elusive. He's gonna stay he's gonna be in, and he's gonna keep the communication with you. So if he ever changes his mind or realizes that he's ready to come forward in a different fashion, or maybe he stops talking to someone else, or gets over his past, whatever it is, he's not going to say anything at this point. You know, he'll give you kind of like, not breadcrumbs, because breadcrumbs is a negative thing, like with usually narcissists, like they'll love bomb you and then they'll give you breadcrumbs of like things to keep you hooked. Like a little, like, you know, it's kind of like Hansel and Gretel, like you just follow these small little crumbs, you know, along the forest to get somewhere with him, and it just leads to disaster, really. So he doesn't want to do that with you. He doesn't want to negatively influence you in a way where you feel like you were used or anything. That's why he's holding back. Because he knows what kind of person you are. And he's thinking, and he's just staying put. You know, he feels a little bit, you know, chained up. The chains are broken. However, it's dark, and he's thinking a lot. Yeah. He's just trying to think what to do with you. He doesn't know what to do. He doesn't know if he should come forward to you and tell you the truth, you know, pretend like he's not seeing someone else and come towards you, maybe not come towards you at all until he's ready, or that he's not seeing someone else. I don't really know what it is. But he's not gonna go with like Fast and Furious with you, basically, to start with. I think he's interested in you for sure, and he likes you, and he thinks that there could be some opportunity here, but he's unsure for reasons untold. So let's get another card here. What's the ultimate feeling between you two together at this time? What is the connection saying? A lot of messy feelings, these cards. So what is the ultimate feeling between you guys? Okay. The 2 of Cups. Wasn't expecting that one to come out. Yeah, okay. So there is definitely a connection between you two. That's not a lie. Even though there's a lot of kind of hesitant feelings with him at this stage, and you're kind of holding your head up high, and you're intimidating as the Empress, because you're not going to take anything less than the best. You know, you want the best treatment, you want real love, you're willing to dive headfirst into love, be feminine, be the princess of love, and share yourself, and, you know, give him the abundance of the love that you have within you. You think that you both initially believe that there's a good connection with each other, right? You both also have some walls up. You know, the Empress is hard to approach sometimes. You know, she's not an everyday woman. She's someone that you have to treat a little bit differently, and he knows that. That's why he's like, I don't know what to do right now with this one. You're willing to dive forward and kind of at least take the chance. He thinks that if he does take a chance with you, it would be a good start. It's something profitable. You know, he thinks that it would be a good start between the two of you. However, there is some negative feelings between the two of you. Like, you're both realists. You both kind of know what's up. You know that there's probably another female involved because he's very attractive. He's, you know, he's a good catch, right? So you know that there has to be at least one other female, and he's sitting here like trying to think like, what do I do now? And you're thinking that about him, basically. You're thinking like, yes, he's trying to decide between his heart and his groins, or he's trying to decide between dating two people and just loosely dating, or, you know, maybe he's not the type of guy to loosely date. Maybe he's thinking of it as like, I want to be in love. You know, is this the person that I should come forward to, or should I stay with the person that I was with? Is the person that you know, or his past lover, or the person that he's currently dating, something like that. But the ultimate energy between the two of you is the Two of Cups, which is fantastic. I mean, so there's huge possibility, I would say, between the two of you. The Two of Cups ending this as your like middle ground between the two of you. There is love here between the two of you, and maybe there's a lot of passion. If you did hook up with each other, there would be a lot of passion involved. So even though you're both a little bit uneasy, you know, it may be being single is new for the two of you together. Whatever the case is, maybe you're just both uneasy, you're both kind of new to the singles game, and you know the downsides to each other. And but you also know the good upsides to what could happen between the two of you too, and that's what's keeping you guys hooked on each other, is that like, okay, I know what could go wrong, but I also know what could go right. And even though he's not saying, he doesn't know what to do, he's not saying much to you, you know, he said enough to let you know that he likes you, but he's not going above and beyond at this point because he's unsure, and he is, you know, a little wishy-washy and scattered. You both are a little bit scatterbrained, and the fact that you're a little bit more sure about yourself on how you want to proceed. He's not sure, but the ultimate feeling between the two of you is love. There is a good connection between you two, and there would be some good love between you, I want to say. There would be a lot of intimate moments, a lot of romance. There's a spark between you two for sure. So whatever negative emotions you both are feeling, or just hesitant feelings that you have towards one another, you still ultimately like each other. And there is a connection between you two. That's what I get from this spread, is that there is a connection between you two. And whether or not you both choose to dive in and kind of connect is up to you. I don't see it happening right away, but if it does happen, there's a really good chance that it could work out. So that's what I see with this. Ending in the Two of Cups is insane. It's a great card to end with, even though there's a lot of unsure feelings and like a lot of wishy-washy, scattered, cards being pulled and falling out, and I can't keep it all together in my hands. The Two of Cups ending it kind of just gives it a little bit more of a solid approach, like, yeah, like what you ultimately think about each other is true. You both initially had a spark with each other. As soon as you saw each other, you kind of liked each other from the very start. You were both kind of enthralled with seeing each other. And then, creeps in, the negative feelings, but that's natural with most people. So I'd say, even though you both are kind of unsure and you're a little bit like you're looking at each other with like one eye open and one eye squinted kind of thing, like, are you for real kind of feeling? Or is this for real? I think that it is. It's definitely for real. So with this connection, I say, might not happen right away. There might be some, confidence things that you have to boost between the two of you or alone individually and then coming together. But if you do come together, oh boy, there'd be some hot moments. I'd say there's a lot of spark between you two and a lot of sexuality, I'm gonna say.